Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Inessa and I'm an indie author and I publish under the pen name A.N. Sage. I write fantasy, mystery, YA, and currently I am writing a series of paranormal cozies the first book is out right now and I am just working on the second one that's up for pre-order. With that said, I do a lot of videos here about tips for writing, what it takes to be an indie author in today's space. There's a lot of planner videos because I love to plan. And today we have a bit of a different view. So as you can tell, I have this camera pointed directly at my desk because I want to talk to you about some of my writing essentials as an indie author, as an author in general, as a creative entrepreneur. I have a few things that I always have on my desk that I think are very, very important for me to stay productive. They kind of help organize my life, and they help me get writing and words on a page, and they help it get easier. So I wanted to show you guys some of the desk today, and kind of walk you through what I have on here that I think is so useful. So first and foremost, here is just a quick overview of the desk, what I'm working with. I do have two screens. I have an iMac and then I have my drawing tablet, which I use for cover design work because I am a cover designer. You can kind of see the light in the reflection of the screen there. But that is just to give you an idea of what my desk normally looks like. I already have my coffee on there. This is a sit-stand desk. I did do a desk video already, so if you'd like, I will be linking that in the description so you can take a look. But for now, I'm just going to concentrate on a couple of things that I think would be useful for any author that is trying to kind of get their life in order or trying to get some new cool things to help them with writing and to help them get organized. The first thing that I have that I really love, and I have done video reviews of this before. I will be doing another review of this on my book coaching and editing blog as well. But this is a Timeular. This is a time tracking device. And the way it works is whatever side you have it on that you have already pre-programmed, it will start timing what work you're doing and how much work you're doing on it, on this particular side. So at the end of the day or at the end of the week or month or year, you have insights that you can take a look at and see exactly how much work you've done for certain things. I find this little guy is very useful, not just for writing, because if you're working on multiple projects, you can actually track your different projects to see how much work you've done on each of it. You can track your sprints and things like that. But it's very important if you are a creative entrepreneur who is doing more than one thing. So as you can see, I am tracking all my cover design and cover design courses on here and the work I do for them. I'm also tracking my A.N. Sage, which is my pen name. I'm tracking design, admin. I'm also tracking my coaching business and editing business on here. And I'm tracking things that I do for this YouTube channel. I find those are the main things that I work on during the week. And so it's important to see for me where my time is going so I can allocate that time correctly, and also to see what my return on investment is. So if I'm putting a lot of time into something, but I'm not making a lot of money for it as an entrepreneur, then I might delegate less time to it in the next month or next week or however it is I plan my time. Now, the next thing that has been invaluable for me has been a good set of headphones and also a good microphone. I do a lot of work online. I edit these videos for starters, but I also have a lot of Zoom calls with different editing and coaching clients. I also have write-ins with other author friends, and I find that having a good mic is very important when you're doing that because your voice comes across better. Also, when I do videos for this channel and I have voiceovers, this is the mic that I would normally use. This is a blue Yeti. I got it in the champagne color just because it's cute and aesthetically pleasing. And then also a good pair of headphones. So these are noise canceling headphones. They're Sennheiser brand, so they're a very good brand. They have a great mic built in them. So for Zoom calls, what I would recommend, if you do talk to people on Zoom, having these really helps, especially if you do a lot of podcast interviews, because you can hear the person that's interviewing you a lot better. I usually use these in combination together. So I would be wearing my headphones and then I would have my mic And I just find that that creates a really good sound for whoever it is that you're working with. But the beauty of these guys too is that they're very good for canceling outside noise. And if you like to listen to music while you're writing, so you really get like an atmospheric feel with them. Next on the list, if you are going to be typing, what you obviously need is you need a keyboard. You need a way to type. You could use a keyboard that you would have on your laptop or any other device that you're using, but I really enjoy the sound and the clickety click of this particular keyboard here. This is a Royal Kludge keyboard. It's a mechanical keyboard. I did switch out all the caps to just make it a little bit cuter, but it's a very, very large keyboard. It's very heavy, but I find that I work much better on it. So when I am writing, something about the sound of the clicks, it just makes the words flow faster. I don't know if it's in my mind associated with like the old-timey typewriters or something like that, but I know these keyboards have been all the rage lately, and I think there's a reason they have been. They really are great keyboards, not just for gaming, but also if you're a writer and you write a lot. Now, on the same kind of, theme of typing, if you do like the idea of a mechanical feel of a keyboard, these typewriters are really great. This is a Neo 2. I did have it painted. I think we're noticing a theme here with the pink, but I took it apart. I painted it myself. This is Neo Smart 2. You can get these for crazy cheap, like $30 or something on eBay. And it's basically just a mechanical typewriter that has no distractions. Your only screen is this guy here. So I just type gibberish, but this is all you have. So if you're easily distracted, if you find yourself, like I find myself always going on social media or finding excuses not to write, sometimes if I'm extra distracted, I will walk away from my laptop or my iMac altogether, and I'll grab this and go sit somewhere else that's not my office, and I'll just keep typing here. And at the end, what you do when you're done is you plug it in and it transfers everything onto your computer. So these are great. The batteries in this thing will last forever. I think I've had it for 2 years now with the same batteries in there. So a really, really good investment, especially if you're going to be traveling where you want to just bring this and not be distracted by anything else. You don't want to carry your laptop around. This can take a hit. I've dropped this a million times and it's fine. So you don't have to be precious with it. So this is a very, very good device to have if you're somebody who tends to get distracted and doesn't want to be. For my next necessity for authors, surprise, surprise, is planners and notebooks and more planners. Oh my. I love my physical planners. I use this planner all the time. I plan my entire life in it. I do have a walkthrough that just went out of this planner and another one. So I will link that for you if you want to see it. I have another planner that I also use up here. So planners are a thing here. But if you are not into planning, or if you love to digitally plan, something like on your computer, on your laptop, I would recommend to at least have a notebook nearby. This is a great one. This is a Moleskin Notebook. I got this on sale at some point a long time ago, but it's just a very large notebook, lined notebook, nothing special, really nice paper, and I just brain dump in it. I use this one for all my editing work for clients and just notes that I make for myself for editing, but I have another one of these that I actually use for all my books. So as I'm writing, I am also jotting notes down and just kind of brain dumping somewhere where I know that it's okay to be messy. This is not a neat planner. This is not a cute planner or a notebook. I don't have to be precious with it, so I can just write messy and get it out of the way. It's almost like having a giant Post-it note on your desk, and I usually just keep it here. It's got like almost no width to it, so it can slide underneath other screens or other things, and I just find this to be a fantastic addition if you are an author. On the next note, since we just talked about planners and journals. Obviously, you need some pens to write in there. I have a little tray. I believe this is supposed to go in your bathroom, but I just kind of picked it up and it goes with my office. And I keep some of my most commonly used pens. I color code a lot when I use my notebooks and planners. And then I have a pen that has a few different inks on it. This is the Sarasa multi-pen. If the camera would focus. This is a Sarasa multi-pen, and it basically has a few different inks that all correspond to my color coding, and I just kind of have them all at hand. Now, you don't need to have this many pens. You don't need a million highlighters. You can just have whatever pen that you use, like a pen or a pencil maybe that you need, and have them nearby, because I think it's important that a lot of times you get ideas, and if you're going to pick up any of these things that I'm talking about, the things that I would recommend picking up and keeping at your desk are definitely a pen and a notebook, because you don't want to forget your ideas. Oftentimes, I will have ideas, and if I don't write them down, they're gone forever. It's like they never happen. And you never know when you might need that idea. And it might completely break apart your plot and help you figure something out in the book you're working on. So definitely having a pen or something nearby and somewhere to write with, I think is very, very important. And then the final thing that I would recommend that you have as kind of part of your author toolbox, let's switch this around, is somewhere where you can keep your most used supplies. This is a planner plotting pouch that I have. I have a short on this where I filmed kind of what's inside. So if you want to take a look, I just kind of have it stocked with everything that I use to do my plotting. And I also have my plotting notebook, my bullet journal that I plot in right in here, so that when it's time to go and switch places, like if I want to grab that NeoSmart that I talked about and go sit somewhere else, all I have to do is take this. It's always stocked, and I just take this with me wherever I'm going. When we travel, I toss this in a backpack. When I work in a different office outside of my office, this is always in my backpack. So it's nice to kind of have a spot where the majority of your story, whatever you're working on, is in one place, and that you have everything that you need if you were to go somewhere and figure that story out. Because a lot of times I find as a writer, I can't just sit in one spot. If I'm stuck on an idea, I need to go elsewhere to figure that idea out. And sometimes that means taking something like this with me and just sitting down in a cafe or in a different part of the house or outside in a park somewhere and just brainstorming. And just having this ready to go, I think, is very useful. And it also condenses everything that I might need, so I don't have a whole bunch of stuff everywhere. And it's just easier for me to see what I need to restock, what I have, what I don't need to buy extra of. So just having everything in one spot where you have it, I find not just helps organizationally, but it also helps not spend money when you don't have to. And I know I said that that was the last, but actually I do have one final tip that I don't think it should just be in your office, but it should be everywhere you go. And that is, if you have published books, keep a copy of those books, that one book, somewhere, everywhere you can. I have a copy in my office of every single book that I wrote. I have a copy downstairs of every single book that I wrote. I keep copy of the first in series. I don't keep every single book that I wrote, but I keep them in my car, and just like pretty much everywhere you feel like you might at some point need your book to sign and give to somebody or to use for promotional materials, have them with you. If you don't have the books, at least have a business card or something with you all the time, so that you can, like a bookmark of one of your books or a postcard of one of your books, which I always keep in my purse too. Because you never know when somebody asks you what you do, and you might want to tell them what you do and show them what you do, and you just never know who you run into. I was working in a different office outside my office, a share space office, fairly recently, and I started talking to somebody, and it turns out that this gentleman's wife was really into mysteries and cozy mysteries, and so I was able to tell them about this book that I had coming out at the time, Grave Rose post was coming out. And so I was able to tell them about this book that's coming out. And I've been speaking to his wife since, and she's a big fan of the books now. She's read a lot of my books at this point after that, and she's continuing to read them. So that was a reader that I gained just because I had something to give to this person to take home with them and to remember me by. So keep copies of everything you did. Be proud of what you've done. It's a huge accomplishment to have written a book. And so you want to shout it from the rooftops whenever you can. And those were all my essentials and tips that I definitely can't go without being around on my desk when I'm writing or working on anything that is creative in any way. A couple of things on the desk I didn't mention. I always have obviously extra pens that you can kind of see in that corner there. Have a stack of crystals, my laptop, which I didn't talk about. There's an iPad underneath there, and then just some cute little figurines. So, and my cell phone, obviously. But other than that, that's pretty much all I use. There's some hard drives there, an extra keyboard for that monitor because the mechanical keyboard is not as great for when you're doing design work and you need to use shortcuts. But otherwise, those things that I just mentioned are pretty much the main things that I reach for several times a day, if not several times an hour for some of them. So I hope you guys found this video useful. If you have anything that you use that I haven't mentioned, please comment. I'd love to know what different essentials that you find necessary for your writing or for your author career of any kind. And definitely let me know if you have any questions about anything that I mentioned. I will link everything that I can that has like a sales page in the description, so you can go ahead and check those out. And if I can't find it, I'll try to find an alternative that's close to what I was talking about. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me and doing this quick little mini tour, I guess, of the desk. If you want a shorter version of this tour, or if you want to take a look at that plotting pouch breakdown that I talked about, then make sure you check out the shorts. I try to upload shorts pretty much every day now, and I've been really into making them. So do let me know if you like to see those, and if you do, go ahead and check those two out because they're relevant to this video. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you stay magical. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for being here, part of this growing community. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you next week. Bye!